Ladies and gentlemen, Shedeur Sanders just took over the NFL.
Shedeur is in the A-gap.
Did you see that proud father? Shedeur Sanders took over the NFL. We told you, haters. We told you so. We done warned you that God's 144th should not be messed with. I'm about to smoke the meanest Shedeur Sanders haters pack in the world. We talking about we smoking on that Bomani Jones, that Fat Lock, Whitlock, all of y'all. The stepping fetches, your day is over with. My heart ain't broken no more. We ain't playing that theme song. Get your soldier rags ready. What theme songs we playing today? Give me that Deion Sanders.
I see the jealousy and hate. I see the jealousy and hate. Fuck that shit, we gon' be straight. Hold up, bitch. I see the jealousy and hate, but I got shit up on my sleeve. I see the jealousy and hate. I see the jealousy.
I see the jealousy and hey, YouTube family, something feels amazing today. I feel like I'm the greatest Cleveland Browns fans ever. That's right. I am announcing it today. Cleveland Brown fanatics, you owe me everything. You owe me and Shedeur Sanders supporters for everything you're going through. You owe me for the jersey sales. You owe me for your franchise relevancy. Today is the day you pray to DJ Bless One and his supporters. We are the greatest thing that happened to Cleveland Browns since Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur Sanders family, let's talk about it. One of the most exciting, electric, and controversial NFL debuts we've seen in years. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders stepping on that field for the Cleveland Browns against the Las Vegas Raiders. Man, I'm gonna call them the Oakland Raiders. I don't give a damn. And God is real. Geno Smith is from my hometown of Bryan County, Florida. He went to Miramar High School. It only right that Shedeur beat one of our families. It was a family reunion. Geno Smith gonna get that man autograph. Did you see Crosby looking for Shedeur's autograph after the game? I loved every single moment of it. Max Crosby told the world that Shedeur is him.
I need that thing, bro.
That shit. Good to see you, bro. You good?
I know that hurt when you don't wear a shirt.
What you mean?
Pokey.
No.
I know it.
It's not bad.
I know it, dude.
That shit's not bad. Yeah. What's up, bro? You wanna go?
Yeah. Chilling. What you been on?
Same shit. I'm in and out, though. We got the Walter Page stuff tonight. I'm back.
I was feeling like DJ earlier.
Come on, gang. What you mean? Everybody knew it. Everybody who understands football, you don't even have to ever play football in your life. And high IQ means the ability to adapt things you don't understand and research. But so many of you haters don't like the young man. I'll save you guys for later. I got to show off for my brother Shedeur Sanders right now. He stepped on that field against the Las Vegas Raiders and bringing that type of energy. The league has been starving since the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird rivalry changed the NBA. Well, the NFL got their new version of that, but this ain't Shedeur versus Cam Ward. I don't mean to take a slide at Cam Ward. Now that you people are finished teasing me, making fun of me, I told you so. Shedeur was better than Cam Ward. Shedeur can do more with an unproven offensive line versus any of these quarterbacks. That's all I needed to know to make him the #1 pick. I don't care how tall your quarterback is, how much arm strength he has, or supposed IQ. If that man can't stand in the paint and go through the storm, that's the blitz coming at you through different packages, and he's not durable enough, I don't want to hear about you being the first quarterback selected. That's what Shedeur was, ladies and gentlemen. This just wasn't a debut. It wasn't just a debut. This was a culture movement and an NFL moment, a father and son moment. You know the way a lot of you non-people who don't look like us, who when you cry when you see the Manning's family together, you see Art, man, you see families and sons and fathers and sons, you love it. Well, Shedeur Ben brought that to the game, and that showed the world the real talent, poise, and football acumen and IQ, what it looks like. And his name is Shedeur Sanders, the Shedeur Sanders, not the son of Prime and all that. No, he got his own marking and beginnings right now, the Shedeur Sanders. Now let's go in between every snap that felt like the NFL we've been missing. I mean, I watch every snap because I'm me. But to see people in my household who don't even watch football, but they know your boy Bless One been riding for Shedeur for years. I'm not like some of these Cleveland media personnels on YouTube who didn't talk about Shedeur 8 months ago. All of a sudden, they're the biggest Shedeur fans because your pockets done got fat. But I don't care. Get your money, dog. As long as you supporting Shedeur, even if it is for the money, get your money. The popcorns is ready, and this Ninja Turtles, we beatbox and rock steady. You feel me? Listen to me, guys. Every single snap Shedeur took felt like electricity moving through the stadium. It felt different. It felt like the game had life again. You know, life again. Even Deion Sanders and Coach Prime himself flew out to the game to watch his son take that snap. And trust me, Shedeur Sanders, ladies and gentlemen, did not disappoint. He did not disappoint to much avail of his naysayers. Listen, that 53-yard bomb that announced his arrival. Let's talk about that throw. Shedeur drops back. 2 defenders rush straight through the O-line. Free, untouched, like the gates of heaven just opened up for them. And Shedeur stays calm. He steps into it. Remember, he did it on one of his back leg while running. Yeah, you guys say he doesn't have any arm. Look, we call that perfect timing. 53 yards on the money. Ladies and gentlemen, it must be the money. I can do it all night long. Must be the money. You goddamn right. That bomb set up a 2-yard touchdown. And that was the moment where, well, we all said, yeah, Shedeur is built for this. This wasn't luck. This wasn't hype. This was NFL-ready decision-making after 1 week with the first team. 1 week. I mean, this shows you all the quarterbacks picked before him, even some of the veterans in the league today. No offense to anybody like Cam Ward. We're talking about actual veterans. Shedeur outplayed them. You guys got mad because Shedeur Sanders referenced the talking points that he's seen the NFL quarterback play horrendous, and he felt that he can obviously be a bigger step up for any team that will have him, and you guys got mad. Nobody got more mad at Shedeur Sanders than the evil Terry Bradshaw when he attacked Shedeur like 4 or 5 days before this game. Remember what him and guys like him who don't like Shedeur today proved? You guys don't like Shedeur for one reason, and it has nothing to do with football.
5th rounder getting all this.
So Shedeur.
Oh, why is the 5th rounder getting all this attention? Why?
You tell me.
Or you tell me. Why is that? Is it because I'm not the one that drafted him. I mean, why would Cleveland took Gabriel? I love Gabriel. I like him a lot. I wouldn't have taken Shedeur. Let somebody else have that problem. Now you got to deal with his dad and everything else.
You hear these drunken, stubborn, outdated crybabies? Stop crying, Terry Bradshaw. And Terry Bradshaw, the day when you meet your time, educational purpose, I will have an all-out party on this platform, educational purpose, and we will replay that video. Actually, I have several receipts of you talking bad about brothers who look like me. I got you, my dog. Don't worry about it, because I might go before you. We know how life works. At any split in seconds, you could go. Knock on wood. But if you shall before me, you know the rest. Now, let's talk more about the game. Bless One is on timing. Ooh, all week, I'm going to give it to y'all. That turkey going to taste like trash after you're done watching my videos. You'll never want to remember Thanksgiving again. I'm going to be relentless with live streams. We are going to celebrate. Now, Cleveland's O-line was a disaster. I know everybody's gloating them because Shedeur can make any trash O-line look good. If you don't believe me, well, go ask Boulder. How does Colorado gameplay has been without guys like Jordan Seaton and the greatness of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. Well, Travis Hunter was a glue, but Shedeur was the whole package. I'm sorry, Travis. Shedeur Sanders was the whole package. Let's be real. That offensive line should be apologizing. Penalties all game. Now, the refs were cheating. We need to talk about that a little bit later, but penalties all game, miscues and failed assignments, even the 53-yard pass, you can see 2 defenders were allowed to rush in on Shedeur. So Shedeur didn't do it to no help and no avail of the offensive line. We're going to keep it honest. Penalties all game, miss situations, bro, free rushers, mental mistakes. It was not gymnastics. It was orchestrated, but that could be done on another video. Today, we're celebrating. I don't know how any quarterback survives behind that. How can any quarterback, go ask Dylan the Scrub Gabriel, but Shedeur still made plays. He still looked poised. He still looked kept well under pressure and under that offense alive. He came under that offensive line alive. That's why I say it right now. Shedeur should have been the #1 pick, not Cam Ward, not even close. When you can thrive behind chaos, that's God-given ability. Let's talk about Tom Brady. He never wanted my boy Shedeur Sanders. Antonio Pierce just exposed Tom Brady and showed it to the masses that Tom Brady did not want Shedeur Sanders. Tom, the owner of Las Vegas Raiders, he wanted Shedeur Sanders, but they, like I told you guys, they said Tom Brady would do the majority of the decision making this offseason that had just passed, and you guys didn't want to believe it. So Brady goes speaks to the Paul brothers on their week podcast, and you guys believe Tom Brady's. Well, Chuck, shout out to me and Skip Bayless and our supporters. Now, let's talk about Kevin Stefanski's sabotage in the red zone. He seems to have an inability to give Shedeur Sanders the proper respect that the young man deserves. But here's the part I can't ignore. Every time Shedeur got momentum, every time he got in that red zone, he would take him out and do these gimmicky plays. Did the gimmicky plays work? But yeah, they were close enough to the goal line where any gimmicks would have scored. Why not allow your rookie who got you to that red zone to actually score? You did the same thing with Dylan Gabriel. You had Sampson, you had Judkins, but you allowed Dylan to display his arm and his mental IQ talent. Why not do the same for Shedeur? Stefanski pulled him out, took him off the field, killed certain drives, killed certain momentum, killed rhythm. He killed Shedeur's moment. If we want to be real, it looked intentional. Don't say it was good play calling. We haven't seen good play calling from Coach Kevin Stefanski all season long. And if we're being real, his entire 5-year campaign has been a failure. Let's just be real. It looked like he didn't want Shedeur Sanders getting any touchdowns on his resume, because when Dylan Gabriel and McGillen, the leprechaun, was out there, Stefanski smiled, he cheered, he gave him full trust. With Shedeur, he benched him so Judkins could get credit. That's not coaching. That's politics. You're not going to let that get over me. Announcers were hating the entire game. Listen to me, but not on Dylan Gabriel, did they? Now, let's talk about those announcers. They criticize Shedeur's arm strength. They criticize his throwing style. This game alone, where he actually played well, they were just critiquing all game. They criticize his mechanics, even a backward pass he made that every elite quarterback throws. They criticize it. I mean, I didn't know if I was watching a professional football game or the SAT test with an overzealous teacher that's just doing the most as a professor. But with Dylan Gabriel, these announcers, they said nothing about the interceptions. They almost gave Dylan a pillow to fall down on every sack he took, every moment he held the ball too long. You've never heard this with Dylan Gabriel. Every interception that was almost an interception, they never even reference it. Right? But with Shedeur, he almost had a second interception. That's all they talked about. The announcers were atrocious, biased, racially biased. I'm going to say it's something, maybe they're not doing it on purpose, but it's something spiritual in them you can't get around. When it's us, they go overly out their way to be critical of us. It's like, God damn, this man family is watching. Fall back. We did not click on the game to see some outdated, washed up, used to be's talking all day about something you never could do. You couldn't even wash Shedeur's jock strap. Why do we want to hear from failures like you through connections and nepotism? You guys get to be on TV talking about the real talent. Now let's move forward, but with Dillon Gabriel, you guys didn't say nothing. It was bias, plain and simple. They picked a side before the game even started. They picked a side before Shedeur was even born. If we're being real, through this spiritual warfare. Now Jerry Judy, he fumbled, and the jealousy. Get him out of here. I told you guys, Jerry Judy, for 2 games in a row, I've witnessed him trying to mock Shedeur. He does facial expressions that can't get around it, where he does not like Shedeur. I don't care about what he said before and during training camp. You know what I mean? There you go. Hang on. $1 million baby. $1 million baby over here, bruh. That's what we dealing with. Listen to me, guys. Everything I say is cemented. Jerry Judy is $1 million baby. Shedeur throws a beautiful pass to Jerry Judy, and he converts it, but almost like something kicked in. It was like a 30-some yard pass that could have been taken, almost a touchdown, at least into the red zone. And he decides to trottle and play around with the football, and he has it fumbled, almost like he did it purposely. And Jerry Judy fumbled because he's too busy not being aware of the defenders. And here's the thing nobody wants to say. Like, I'm going to say it one more time. Judy never liked Shedeur. Judy was always a Dillon Gabriel guy. This is why he never got mad when Dillon missed him or overthrown him. You guys all seen those overthrown passes. Not once did Judy ever have a fit. But this very game, he had a fit with Shedeur. I was staring at him like, bro, you had one good season your entire career in the league. Fall back. And it was with a losing Browns team where towards the last 6 games, they looked to you because the season was over with already. And by then, they already had 4 quarterbacks in the backfield. Knock it off, Judy. That's why he didn't fight for the ball, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he didn't finish the route with urgency. Some of these Brown receivers are collecting checks and not showing commitment. I'm done with that. I'll be making a separate video for Jerry Judy, who's also from my hometown of Broward County, Florida. South Florida, Florida in general, we are the football gods. But anyway, and let me take the God frame away, since this is NFL Sunday. It's God Sunday. But anyway, the Raiders owners wanted Shedeur, like I told you, and Brady didn't want him, and you guys got what you got out of him. Brady was never mentoring Shedeur. He was marketing through Shedeur. Let's never dismiss that. Shedeur never needed Brady. Brady needed Shedeur for his watered-down generic brand. Minus the Super Bowl rings, Tom Brady is an actor. He's always been an actor. He was using Shedeur's brand to boost his own brand. It was never real, and I've been exposing it for far too long. Shout out to Antonio Pierce, former Las Vegas Raiders coach, who already exposed it. The owner told Antonio he wanted Shedeur, and Tom Brady told the owner, hell no. 1 week with the first team, and he still looked more accurate than all these quarterbacks, than all the rookies, more composed, more confident than Jackson Dart, more natural, more NFL ready than Tyler Soule, than any quarterback Cleveland has had in years, including Baker Mayfield. I don't care how much he's been resurrected through Todd Bowles. That's not Baker Mayfield being the great quarterback that you guys say he is. That's a system with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that was already set in stone for a serviceable quarterback like Baker Mayfield to do good. That's not all credit to Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry, because Shedeur is providing more than what Baker ever has done. Any Cleveland quarterback, Shedeur sees the field differently. He diagnosed the defenses differently. He moves like a veteran. That's not coaching. That's DNA. That's preparation. That's prime time blood. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the play calling was predictable and pathetic. Coach Kevin Stefanski and offensive coordinator Tommy Reeves, they're both horrible. There's a reason Tommy Reeves was a watered down quarterback at Notre Dame, and then what he does through privilege, he gets an offensive coordinator job. I won't be surprised if they name him the head coach next year. Just horrible, predictable runs, predictable 5 yards, Pat Schumer's bubble screens, no creativity, no adjustments, no trust in Shedeur. You can see it. Shedeur made a calculation and threw that 53-yard pass. Did you see Shedeur look over for the bubble screen and said the hell with it and went for a 53-yard pass? That was an audible. That was no thanks to Coach Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Reeves, the do boy. These two gotta go. They are wasting a generational talent in Shedeur or any other quarterback that comes through that god-awful franchise. I'm just being real. The future is clear. Shedeur will be the face of the NFL. Despite the refs, despite the haters, despite the biased announcers and rhetorics from fans who don't watch football or understand football, despite the coaching, despite the atrocious offensive line, despite the bougie wannabe divas like Jerry, Judy, and all the rest of the receivers, despite everything, Shedeur put on the most exciting first game performance we've seen in years. And I don't care if you think I'm exaggerating. Well, bitch, I am. And if you felt it, the ratings were crazy. America was tuned in. Social media was on fire. Well, you guys are tuning in every day because you're obsessed with us. You're addicted to us. This wasn't a debut. Bitch, this was an arrival. Shedeur Sanders will be the face of the NFL, and this game proved it. Now give me my theme song.
I see the jealousy and hate. I see the jealousy and hate. Fuck that shit, we gon' be straight. Hold up, bitch. I see the jealousy and hate, but I got shit up on my sleeve.